Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's Graybeard Disc Golf. Today I have a review of a new disc that I'm really excited about by Latitude 64. It's the Strive. This is billed as a straighter version of the Rive, hence Strive. So for comparison, I actually have a Raptor Eye Rive in as well. And I just noticed this, it's actually in the Royal Grand Plastic as well, the Raptor Eye version. Now I've also got another disc that you probably already know, but this actually has the same numbers as the Strive. But I don't think it's going to fly anything like the Strive. It's actually a nuke. And this is one that I dyed myself. But the nuke has the same numbers, 13.5, -1.3. So let's see how they fly. I think the Strive is going to be a little bit more understable. Obviously, I've thrown this Rive before. I don't put it in my bag because it's way too overstable for my weak little arm. But let's give them a rip and see how they fly. We're going to start with the Rives, with the baseline. That stayed up in the air. We got a little bit of a tailwind, but you can see how that held that hyzer flight, that overstability. All right, let's throw the Strive. And there's that turn. A little bit shorter, didn't stay up in the air as long, but it didn't come out of my hand quite so hot. Now the nuke. Now I know this thing is overstable. I've thrown it before. Up a little high, you can see it stabling up and dumps out. And that's one of the big reasons why you don't see slower arm speeds throwing overstable discs, because they hyzer out too quick and you lose a lot of distance that way. This is where the Strive is supposed to excel. It's supposed to be straighter, so it's going to give people like me with a slower arm speed. And if you saw my Game Proofer video, you saw that I'm probably throwing in around the 40s, 40 miles per hour. And that's where you'll see that it's going to be a lot straighter. All right, let's go down there and have a look. Okay, so we're at the nuke. And back to the bag, we are 81 yards is 243 feet, so not a great throw. And again, that Strive is over here, and I didn't throw it particularly well. I'm hoping to get a couple better throws out of it. Because it landed right here. And this is 88 yards, which is 264 feet, so not terrible. But this Rive, I don't think I've ever thrown the Rive this far. This is incredible. Yeah, this is way out of character for me. Scope it back to the bag. Yeah, that's 103 yards, which is 309 feet. That might be the farthest I've ever thrown the Rive. So, all right, so let's set ourselves back up. We're going to throw back at the bag into a slight head. We'll see how these behave. Okay, so we're about 118 yards back to the bag. Thank you, Cookie Disc Golf, for scoping that for us. And thank you as well, Princess Disc Golf, for being on the camera today. So 118 yards, that's got to be about almost 360 feet. I'm not sure I can throw that far, so this should be perfect for a test. We're going to start with the Rive. See if I can keep these a little more flat this time. Excellent. See, that was a pretty good flight. I'm pretty happy with how that flew, actually. All right, now back to our Strive. Let's see if we can get this to flip up. I'm going to put it on a hair of a hyzer, I hope, and then we'll see if we can get it to flip up, because it's going to be into the wind. That is going, that is a good, just gonna hyzer out. Awesome, and that is a crush. So you can see how, for someone with a slower arm speed, the difference in flight between that Rive and that Strive, and I put a little bit, just a little bit of hyzer on that Strive. All right, let's nuke it. Oh, hyzer, yeah. So you can see again on that overstability how it really cuts down on the distance. Let's head back there and have a look, and we'll see how far we're at. All right, so we walk up to the nuke. Here, I'll get the scope here. give us a bit of an idea anyways of how 118 minus 30. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother measuring that. This is not the disc for me. But the Rive right here, I'm 23 yards back, so 118 minus 23. How about we do some math in the computer and we'll put that up on the screen. And then the Strive, that went a long way. That was that really worked out well. 12, so about 320-ish feet, 12 yards back from the bag. So, looking back at this and you think, who is this disc really for? Now, Latitude 64 is kind of pushing this on intermediate to advanced players. Again, because of that understability, people with the slower arm speed, but that still might be able to shape a shot. And again, this plastic, the Royal Strive plastic, is just unbelievable what they've been able to do with this plastic. And I think this might make a place in my bag. I have some other discs that I throw for distance. My big distance disc is a Destiny. Again, it's 14 speed. It's a super high speed disc. But because of the understability that it has and the amount of glide, it goes further than anything for me, with the exception of maybe that Vibram Arch, which you've seen me throw my quick rips. That thing goes a ton. So who's going to be using the Strive? I think this Strive is going to be useful for a lot of players. Obviously not straight beginners like Princess and Cookie, but if you're an intermediate player, if you're working on getting into MA2, MA1, this is going to be able to get you quite a bit of distance, and you should be able to shape this as well because it'll hold that anhyzer. I should be able to put this on an anhyzer. Maybe what I'll do is I'll head down to Dry Creek and we'll throw this on one of the holes there that's about a 300-foot turnover shot, and we'll see if we can get that to go the direction that we want. So, Royal Grand Latitude 64 Strive. Look for it at your local retailers. Remember, buy from your local retailers. Those are the guys that support your clubs. Those are the guys that help build courses. They provide funds. They provide discs for people. So make sure that you get out there and support your local. And hey, did you practice your putting today? Get out, throw some putts. We'll see you next time on Graybeard Disc Golf.